Hi there, Heather Steves here. Today I want to share with you this double page layout that I created using the Close to My Heart Blue Skies collection. So I prepared this little sketch ahead of time because I had a lot of these photos. Apparently we went a little bit crazy with the photo booth at this wedding, and so I wanted to kind of figure out the best way to accomplish getting them all into one layout. So the sketch really helped with that. And I also wanted to incorporate paper tearing. So I've seen a lot of layouts recently on Pinterest and on the internet, and I just thought I really like that look. So I'm going to try it here. So I've ripped that first piece of paper, and now I'm just kind of flipping through my papers to try and decide what I want to do here and choose the papers that are going to best fit this layout. So I decided to add this sapphire pattern paper to the edge of this white because it really gives it a big contrast. So I think that's the look that I'm going for. One thing you'll notice is when I tear the paper, the nice white edge that I get. So Close to My Heart cardstock and pattern papers all have a white core, and then that gives you that nice little white edge, which just adds another bit of dimension to your layout. So you might notice that the yellow base page that I have there has some pattern on it. And if you didn't know, this is the coordinating cardstock that came with the Blue Skies kit, and it actually has a bit of a UV coating on it that is what is creating the pattern there. So you notice that I'm ripping these edges again and starting a new one. So that is, again, because of the white core. When you rip the edge, only the one side reveals the white core. So I'm just gonna re-rip kind of that side so that I get that nice white core showing again. So I'm just manipulating the edge of the paper here where I tore it. I want it to really stand up off of the page. So I'm just kind of fiddling with it and bending it and just adding that extra dimension to it. And then at the end of the video, you'll see some close-ups of how that worked out. So I decided when I was attaching these photos that I would they have a bit of a bend to them. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just take advantage of that. And I just put a strip of adhesive right down the middle, except for the two at the edge I put extra. But I just wanna make sure that they have that dimension, and so the edges kind of curl up and add that. So you can see that I've pulled out my coordinating sticker sheet, and these stickers are really nice to work with. If you've never used them before, they're really nice, thick, really like a cardstock weight. So it just makes them a lot easier to kind of manipulate and to work with here. So I'm taking some of the images off of there. I wanted the flowers to tie in onto the both sides of the page, playing around with these little hearts, and then I'm taking the little words here and I'm adding some 3D foam tape to add some dimension there as well. I'm also going to use some 3D foam tape on the balloon, and so a little fun little trick for that is to just add it on one side. So the bottom you see is stuck directly down, and then the top now has some dimension to it. So that's just a fun little way to add more dimension. Now I want to add this card. So this larger picture is actually the thank you card from the lovely couple, and it has the writing on the back. So I want to make sure that I'm able to read that in the future. And so I've created a little pocket. So I just sliced right through all of my layers on my layout to create that pocket. And then in a little while, I'm going to show you how I actually finish that off. So I've just pulled out my little stash of embellishments, and I have quite a few different collections of enamel dots. And the good thing about that is that Close to My Heart colors are fairly consistent, and so by saving them up, I end up being able to use them on all kinds of different layouts. So I'm going through them and I'm just pulling out which colors best match my layout. And so I decide on that, and then I just start to attach them here and there just to add some fun to the layout. So here I just felt like I still needed something on the layout. My initial sketch had some papers behind the photos there, as you can see, where I'm just kind of trying to tuck that in there. So I'm just playing around trying to figure out if I want to add something or not. After I kind of stuck this one down, I thought, you know what, I do like that, but I'm not totally sure that that's the right paper. So I'm just going to play around. I'm going to find some other paper, and then I'm going to add that on there as kind of the finishing touch. So now I'm just finishing up this pocket, and I just want to add a little tab on the edge of that card to make it easier and more obvious that it pulls out. So I had this little die cut in my stash, and I used again some of the UV coated cardstock from the collection, and I'm just trying to be really careful to just catch the very edge because I don't want to cover up the writing on the back side. So now I'm just adding some adhesive on the back here. So this forms my pocket and stops my card from sliding out from the back. So I'm just taking a piece of scrap paper and adding that on there. And then I had to do a little bit of repair here because my papers and the photos weren't stuck. So my card was getting stuck on the edge as I went to slide it in. So I fixed that all up, and then everything worked just fine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and to get notified of more videos as I post them, please ring the bell. Enjoy your day.